Hello, I'm Rafi. My sign name is This. I support the House bills. Are you aware that there are two House bills drafted by Congressman to support our advocacy? House Bill number 4121 Sign Language Insets for News Program, Act of 2011. Section 22 of Republic Act number 7277 or the Magna Carta for Persons with Disabilities as amended by Republic Act number 9442 is hereby amended to read as follows. Section 22. All local television stations shall be required to provide a sign language inset and, if possible, subtitles in at least two newscast programs a day and special programs covering events of national significance. House Bill number 4631, Court Interpreters for Persons with Disability Act. Section 4, Hiring of Interpreters. All courts, quasi-judicial bodies, agencies, and government institutions conducting investigations and public hearings shall hire interpreters for proceedings involving individuals ascertained to be deaf through accepted clinical standards and procedures. However, a deaf individual may waive the right to an interpreter. The concerned body that hired the services of the interpreter shall provide the budget for the prompt payment of interpreters, which shall be on a per appearance basis, including travel, board and lodging, as well as other expenses before the case is filed in the court. To be able to pass the bill, we need to show our support. One way is to make a petition through a signature campaign. Our goal is to raise 300,000 signatures to show that a lot of people support the bills. So we need you to help in getting signatures.
Now, as part of the deaf community, we show our support for the House Bill. To sign up online, please log on to the website www.housebillsfordef.webs.com.
Please support the House bills. I am asking the deaf and hearing community for their help. For deaf people, we can explain the House bills to them using sign. And for hearing community, if they don't know sign language, do not worry. We can always show to them the summary and just read about it. If you really want to support the House bills, just sign up using the signature form, fill in the column with your name, signature, local organization, contact number, and tick if you are deaf or hearing. Please support House bills. Deaf community have a lot of problems. Deaf can't understand the news on TV. There are a lot of issues they can't understand, including the judicial system. A lot of deaf people lose their case because they have no interpreters. Now, it's time for the Philippine Federation of the Deaf to disseminate information about the House bill for the deaf community to understand. TV news with interpreter inset are important to disseminate information. In the judicial system, deaf needs interpreters to defend their cases, so please support the House bills. Both give opportunity to all deaf Filipino people here in the Philippines. Accessibility for all different kinds of people is important. It's the same for the deaf. This gives them the opportunity to empower themselves. I personally encourage all Filipino, whether deaf or hearing Filipinos, to give access and push for the House bills. I hope in the future, the Filipino deaf community will become successful.
Support and empower abused deaf children, for children, and Filipino Deaf Women's Health and Crisis Center for 18 years and above. There are a lot of cases in court. 178 of the cases involving deaf parties are finished, but there are still more cases that are yet to finish because there are no interpreters. I have a lot of experiences being involved in different cases. Now, with the House bills, we hope to be successful. Please support the House bills in order to have interpreters in court and on TV news. Deaf people need access to be successful. Please support the House bill.
Please support the House bills. Integrate closed captioning and sign language interpreting instead. It will facilitate understanding to deaf people and raise their awareness about social, world, and environmental issues. So please sign up those forms so that we can reach our 300,000 goal. All deaf and hearing, please support one of the human rights, that is, access to information. For those who live in this world, there are a lot of access to technology, education, development, and most countries continue to progress. I see hearing communities that are happy and satisfied with the opportunities they are getting. They are complete with all this. But how about the deaf people? Are they happy? Deaf communities have problem in communicating orally and cannot hear information. The deaf community watch the TV news but they could not understand. Although we ask hearing people to explain what the news is all about, they cannot sign. Deaf people feel frustrated because they really feel the need to know all this information. Now, I work for advocacy. Since deaf people need sign language interpreters to understand, we do support House Bills 4121 and 4631.
Please advocate about the House bills by informing all deaf schools of deaf needs.
In our home, with my family watching the news, I could not understand because there's no interpreter. So I asked my parents, brother, or sister what the news is all about. They don't know sign language, and that's difficult for me. But now, with the House bill, which requires an interpreter, we can now know important information on TV.
As you see, there are no interpreted news on TV. When we watch, we could not understand. We asked the help of our hearing friends or family to tell us what's going on, but they just replied they don't know. In most countries, there is sign language instead, but here in the Philippines there is none. It seems like deaf do not advocate for their rights or do not have an idea. Here comes House bills, so we deaf should push and collect more signatures so that our rights and needs be recognized. We hope that we could reach 300,000.
Now is the time for the deaf to have access, to understand what the news is all about. Also, the deaf can understand what is happening inside the court. I strongly encourage both deaf and hearing community to support the House bill. Thank you. Please do support.
Join the advocacy and support the House bills. Please sign House Bill signature form.
2011 and for the next batch on July 30, 2011. Please support the House bills to give access to the deaf in the Philippines. Let us be active in promoting the rights of the deaf.